Hello, everyone. Welcome to my stream. So, oh, I should probably turn this to OBS. So, recently, well, not really recently, it was a long time ago, but some time ago, my mom went to Greece, which she does a lot, and my family does a lot. Uh, they really love Greece. We have a summer house there that we rent where we're not, using it to help pay for it, stuff like that. And she asked me if I want a gift or anything to bring back because I'm in Belgium right now and they live in Slovakia. And in Greece, actually, there's a Warhammer store, or well, it's not a Games Workshop store. It's called Underworld Games. It's a pretty good store. If you're near there, you pay them a visit. And it was actually the store where I got my first Warhammer miniatures from. So it holds a special place in my heart. And I just told her, buy anything you like in there for me as a gift. Uh, So she did. She went there with my sister, and they bought these Cerberus Raiders, which I must say is actually a pretty good choice. Uh, Especially, well, I mean, as a standalone, buy anything yourself. They could have done worse, definitely. And that's because these guys are fast attack, so they are very easy to play by themselves. They don't need any support or a transport or anything like that. They can just be plucked on the field and work pretty well by themselves. I'm sorry. Mm, ugh. I'm kind of feeling a bit unwell. My stomach because I ate chocolate and I'm lactose intolerant. I should have used some pills. I actually do have them here. So I didn't know about this, but if you're lactose intolerant, you can buy like pills, and then basically you can eat anything with lactose as you normally would. Um, I didn't think it would be much of a deal, but I did hear that actually chocolate has a lot of milk in it, unless you're eating dark chocolate. If you're eating like I don't know 95% dark chocolate, you probably don't even need those lactose pills if you're lactose intolerant. Um, and Yeah, so they bought these, and I do have lots of armies. I have two Imperial armies. I have Dark Angel Space Marines and Imperial Guard. So then I can use this as auxiliary, basically. Well, nowadays alliances are not really a thing anymore, are they? I might be completely wrong about that. But anyway, they are both Imperium, so I could have just used this as auxiliaries, basically. Just add them to any other force. But then my grandma was selling a house that they owned along my grandfather from my mother's side. They're actually divorced. Uh, and they were selling it basically because they were landlords, but they decided it was too much trouble, so they sold it. And my grandma decided that she would buy everyone a gift from the money she got. Um, so I got a full Adeptus Mechanicus force to go with it. I am, since these are gifts from my grandma, I am going to add a description on the base to always remember because I do forget. I have lots of miniatures. I have done this before on some other ones, just to make them feel better, stuff like that. So I have bought this Combat Patrol. Uh, it's actually a pretty big box, so the camera is not really picking it up really well. I set it up to pick up more details. So what you have on this is here you have an HQ, a Techpriest. Um, You have 2 squads of infantry, actually. I didn't know this, but apparently these destroyers, uh, Cataphrone destroyers, are actually infantry, which is pretty interesting. And you get some Skitarii Rangers, which are basically the cyber force of the Adeptus Mechanicus. And you have a tank, a Dune Crawler, which is really nice. Um, so, and I also bought. I was deciding on like what would best complement the force. I really wanted to have 2 Dune Crawlers, but with a patrol detachment, which is the only thing I can construct with the combat patrol box. Um, it isn't really feasible because I don't think because I think you can only have one heavy support slot. So I bought a flyer. So you can actually construct this 3 different ways. I will be going for the close air support, which has some bombs to support my advance with. I could. There is also a transport version and a fighter version. Um, Depending on how these bits connect, actually, I might magnetize it so I can use it in different ways. Uh, so it's called an archaeocopter, and it actually has directional jets, which kind of does make it kind of like we use helicopters because it can hover. I think they are these things here. Basically, you can point them in 360 degrees anywhere, and the wings, I guess, are more for stability. So that's how it works, basically. All right. Now, I think I will be starting kind of like you would construct sorry, a what is it called? An army list. So I'll probably open the big box first, uh, and start with the Techpriest, and then move on to the infantry, then the tank. After that, hmm, probably the Siberian Raiders because they're a smaller box, easier to construct. Um, and after that, the Archaeocopter. And I must put caution. I will probably, and you should do this too, by the way. Uh, Actually, I don't know. I'm not. I do have mental health problems, so I especially, and if you have problems like me, I have a schizotypal disorder in particular. But especially if you're like me, if you have problems with stress, you should time out how you construct this. You should, how do I say, construct your timetable basically. So don't just go diving into the whole box, but be prepared to like section it off. Um, I'm thinking today I will do the Techpriest and the Skitarii, and then I'll stop, just to be on the safer side, you know. You don't want to overwork yourself, even if it's your hobby. It's lots of work. So let's start. The boxes do come in plastic wrapping. If you want to keep the box, uh, you can cut alongside here where there's an opening in the box. I wouldn't recommend on using this box though for your unit transports. I do have a briefcase, so I have almost no need for these right now, but I will actually show you the kind of box you want to keep. they make them anymore. I'm actually not sure. So, if you bought your minis and you don't have a briefcase yet to transport them, you want this kind of box. And it's the one that basically has a lid, as you can see. These guys are, I'm still sorting these, so that's why they are in the box. And you want a box with a lid because these are the easiest to use. I'm gonna move these guys back. And that is because these boxes are too small. This one actually is about an inch or so, inch or two smaller than the other one. I can't really show you this very well because, as I said, I have this camera set for detail, so you can see more than you could in the last video. Uh, all right, let's open up the box. I'm going to cut it with a scalpel. Not going to show it to you. It's not really that important, but I may. As you can see, you cut along this line basically. Can't really see it, so there we go. And then you can just rip the plastic when you have made an opening. I assume nobody really wants to keep the plastics. So. um, you should keep it in one piece. It's easier to dispose of that way. The plastic, I mean. There we go. Yeah, it smells like a new book, actually. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's open this up. This box does have a underside here, as you can see. So you have your manual. This will tell you how to construct the things. It also has rules of the weapons. It doesn't have point values, so you're gonna need your well, if you wanna use match play, which you probably do because everybody does match play. Nobody does open play unless they're, well, you can ask. You can probably find people. I think people would be up to open play, but usually people do matched play. Usually, okay. There's actually 4 types of the Dune Crawler that you can assemble. You can see it, let's see, over here. 4 different kinds of weapons. I am actually not sure yet which one I will pick. It does seem that at least 3 of these should be easy to magnetize. So I'm gonna look into that as well. Okay, so we have our Techpriest here, and we have our Skitarii. You can assemble them either as a Skitarii Rangers or Skitarii Vanguard. I think the main difference between these is the main weapons they use. I think Rangers are more long range. They have longer range, but the Vanguard have stronger weapons at closer range. I will be using the Rangers probably. Actually, the before this, I have been looking up the rules for Adeptus Mechanicus, and I will be well, I did. I played. What is it called? Just Adeptus Mechanicus? I think no, it's called Mechanicus, the video game. Um, and I really like. What was her name? Techpriest Skiva, something like that. Actually, I'm gonna look it up. So her name was Mechanicus SK SKA SKI. Let's try it like that. Mechanicus. Oh, sorry. Game Characters. Kepra? No. Scavola. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Scavola. Can I post an image of her? I could screen share this. Can I put this on full screen so I don't accidentally share anything I don't want to? Hold on. Open link in new tab. Oh no, not link. I wanted to open image in new tab. Open image in new tab. There we go. Okay, is there anything I don't want to share on here? Maybe the weather, because that could kind of give away my location, maybe. I don't really know. Okay. Well, her name is Scavola. It's spelled Scaevola, and she's from Styges, which is a Forge world, of course, a very well-known Forge world, and I actually really like her, and the lore of the Forge world. They're basically like they don't really give a crap about the rules of the Mechanicum that much, and they just acquire technologies. They operate at maximum efficiency, basically, and yeah, so they're kind of heretical, but in Warhammer, almost everything's heretical because the rules are just so strict. Um, and I looked up their rules, the Styges 7, I think it was. Hold on. Forge World Styges 8. Styges 8. It's spelled Stygies. Styges 8. Um, and they use a lot of advanced camouflage, and their rules actually sound pretty overpowered. I have not really read the rules of the other Forge world, so maybe it's just a theme with Adeptus Mechanicus. Like maybe they have expensive units, and it comes because they have really powerful racial abilities, or I guess factional abilities. But they have two main special rules. One is you can put up to 2 units in a special deployment where they basically infiltrate before the battle starts, and they can spawn. Spawn. Yeah, that's the video game term. Spawn or be deployed very close to the enemy, and that gives you, for one, uh, a lot easier times for melee units to close in and do some real damage. And for two, if you have any shooting weapons that are close range and high damage, then they can also be deployed that way and do lots of damage. And the second one is if you are close, or sorry, if you are far away enough from the enemy. For infantry, I think it's 18 inches. For vehicles, I think 24. Um, they actually have harder time shooting you because of all the, well, it's not just like normal camouflage as you would think of. It's like digital fields, and holograms that like deceive the enemy into firing somewhere else and stuff like that. And that just seems really overpowered for factional rules. So that's actually a nice thing for me, since I really like the Forge world, and that's basically why I picked it. Um, and yeah, so let's get back to OBS so I see what I'm doing. And this seems to be the sprue. So these are the true sprues, not like the metal models that didn't really have ones. These are the sprues, as you can see. This is probably more reminiscent of if you ever put together a model of a World War tanks from Revel or something like that. And this is our Techpriest. So we have the main body, we have the backpack with some mecha tendrils and stuff that helps him, you know, repair machines, communicate with machine spirits, stuff like that. We have a servo arm, we have the axe, which is an iconic weapon of the Mechanicum. It's kind of a symbol. It also has a wrench on the other side, which is really cool. And a pistol. Okay. The axe looks absolutely massive next to the pistol. And this is actually a power axe, which they all carry, I believe. Now let's see. This is a sprue from the Rangers. Oh, that's a lot of sprues, as I expected, because yeah, that's the tank. And I think that's it. I think these are the destroyers after that. And bases. That's a big base for a tank. Love that. So, and these are the Rangers. As you can see, there are one small sprue, one big one. And this is to be expected when you have any box that can be, well, any infantry box that can be constructed into two completely different units. You usually have a lot of stuff. And I have actually begun to sort and catalog. Well, not catalog. What's it called? Sort and put away all the bits I don't need, so I don't have tons of these sprues because they take a lot of space. I can actually show you how I'm doing that. Um, I'm gonna have to fetch the boxes though. So this is my weapons plus hands box, for example. It's quite big. Uh, Maybe I can actually. There we go. So this is it. It's pretty big because I had a smaller box for weapons and hands, but it will fit. It got filled. The weapons and hands are the most like the most numerous bits I do get. Um, Maybe except vehicle parts, but that's just because the vehicle parts are so big, so they have their own, big box. And yeah, why weapons and hands? It's because a lot of weapons are held in hands, so that's why. All right, let's get back to it. I do have my clippers here, as you can see. All right. So first off, we're doing the Techpriest. It's a pretty small kit, which is nice to start with. You got to be careful about these small. I'm gonna try to position my hand so you can see it very well. So you can see the best as possible. So you need to be careful about these small parts because they can snap easily, especially these tendrils. So let's try that. Hmm. Let's try to get a good angle on this. Maybe I can move the camera like that. Yeah, a little bit easier for me. Okay, like that. Maybe. I think this is good enough. Alright. Just clip this out. Carefully. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's a sensor. Uh, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. The thing that swings and it burns like incense inside of it. You can't really see it very well because the camera is not made for this camera is not made for close-up resolution. Maybe I could get a better one in the future, but for now, this is all. This is the best I can have. Best I have. So, all right, now the ammo pouch and the pistol. There we go. That's. I believe there's two ammo pouches and a pistol in a holster. Okay, let's do the pack next. That's probably gonna be one of the worst ones to do. Go. To be careful about that. Go. Servo skull here. Okay, that was actually I don't see any good indication when something is about to snap is you see like the plastic whitening, and I don't see anything like that, so that's pretty good. Okay, I think this is it. Anything else? Yeah, there's a big one here. Okay. So that's the backpack. Backpacks in Warhammer are usually power packs. So I assume that's what's here. It's usually a fusion cell. So I'm not really sure if it's like a miniature fusion reactor or some type of battery. But there you go. The servo skull that's actually looking this way. Some mecha tendrils. I'm not sure if this model actually has like the rules, because mecha tendrils I believe can be used as weapons. Alright. I think I saw it on a Chaos Warp Smith, which is basically a Chaos Tech Marine, and Tech Marines are space marines that have they actually sent them to Mars because Adeptus Mechanicus are actually incredibly careful about sharing their teachings and secrets. So they send space marines who show aptitude for vehicles to Mars, and there they learn how to basically repair machines, and they also learn the dogma of the Adeptus Mechanicus, and that actually makes them kind of feared or reviled in some chapters. So, but they are also very much needed. So sometimes they can become pariahs in space marine circles, and the warpsmith are basically the traitor marine version of that. Or yeah, well, you can also say that I don't know if it's fair calling them traitors because the Imperium and the Emperor himself also betrayed a bunch of people, so it's not unique to them. Okay, that's the back portion of the body of the Techpriest. Thinking maybe I wanted to play some YouTube videos for myself on the phone. I am talking a lot, though, so maybe I'll just play them quiet. I am going to play them very quietly. I'm going to be listening to some H3 podcast while I do this. And I don't really want it to be. There we go. Very quietly. I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. Okay, so let's go for the servo arm. Got to be mindful of this camera angle. I have tried to do some manipulate. The shadows are still a problem because if I have it like this, you can't really see anything because of the shadow. But I do have a light here, so let's try to turn that on, and that will probably help a lot. I will have to. I will have to take something out though from the electrics. Let's see. Well, actually, I don't need the. Yeah, this should work. Okay, turn it on. Now the camera might be actually casting a shadow. Let's try this. Okay. It back a little bit. I think it's better. Yeah. Okay. So let's do the servo arm next. There's a bit of dust there. You have to especially be careful because sometimes when you cut, basically your scissors create a little bit of space and push the model that way away from the sprue. So that's when you can snap something, especially if it's something really small. Thankfully, these plastic models have some elasticity, so they can usually take it. But sometimes, if it's like really thin somewhere, it's not really that good. Okay, I might actually just do the Techpriest today. Maybe I'll do it model a day because I'm not really feeling well. So we'll see. I'll see how long I can do this. All right, that's the front of the Techpriest body. Did I do this? Or I did this. All right, and that's the arms and the axe. All right. So this sprue is now empty. That's usually character sprues don't really usually have a lot of redundant or optional parts. So just gonna throw this out into plastic later. All right. These are our Techpriest parts. I'm going to find the base. It's at the bottom of the box usually, and yeah, I already checked, so I do know they are there. There's an interesting base though. Is this the no? This is not right. Yeah, he has. But what is this for? There's only there's small bases here. Okay, here is his base. I'm pretty sure. What is that for though? Is it like an option or something? I don't really. Weird. Hold on. Oh, I know what it's for. It's for the long range rifle that can be equipped right here. Yeah, that's what it's for. Okay. I only see 5 infantry bases, though. Just 5? Hmm. Maybe it's. I actually had a problem before. I bought a orc box, and there was a missing base for the death thread, and that was a big problem because that was a pretty unique base. But I might have another problem actually. It's kind of a repeating story, but I only have 5 bases for infantry. Maybe they're. Mm, yeah, I don't really see them anywhere. I might. Yeah, I probably have to write the shop and tell them that they have missing bases. There's 5 here, and there's supposed to be 10 or 9 at least. Okay, well, I'll write him a message on Facebook. I'm not gonna name names, but I don't. It's not really the shop faults. I should also say, because these boxes obviously are sealed and they are sent from Games Workshop themselves. Um, but yeah, this is pretty sad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I only have 5 here. 5 and this one, but this one is optional, so there should be 10. Oh well, I'm not making those today, so that's fine. Let's just make the Techpriest. Okay, so let's grab our scalpel. And let's check these or stuff like this. I don't think you can really see it. There's a bit of sprue here, so I'm gonna gently cut it off. Try to get this as smooth as possible. Okay, let's try it from the other side, or from the other direction, I guess. There we go. Here. Okay, that just went in one go. That's nice. Oh, there's a mold line over here on the top. So a remain of the sprue. Okay. So mold line like here, it's gonna be kind of hard to clear. I think it should be fine. Here. Alright. So that's one part done. Let's move on. Oh, there's got a sprue remain here. Sheriff. Okay, should be fine. It's just sometimes it visually looks worse than it is, especially before the paint coat. Okay, so really faint mold line. Okay, should be fine. There's one. There's a sprue remain here. It's where, you know, the sprue was attached to the model. Okay, should be fine. Okay, and there's a mold line on the top of the cape here. Very faint, so not too much trouble. And there's a sprue remain here. So be kind of careful not to cut into the plastic too much. Don't really need to use the file that much on the plastic models. Okay, this one's gonna be a little bit tricky here. The mold line there. It's a really faint mold line here. And one here. Mold lines are basically because usually the plastic parts are put together from two parts. and that's where they were, well, pressed together, I think. Or no, actually, it's because you have the mold, you know, where you pour the molten plastic, or I think that's how it works. Maybe with plastic it's different. And these are where the molds connect. Yeah, that's it. I have the okay, there we go. Hardest one because there's lots of thin parts that can snap easily. So gonna be extremely careful about this. Hopefully, at least. Okay, this one's kind of hard because of that antenna over there. Scrape a little bit of my finger in the process. Bit actually. There's lots of parts that are kind of around and with the mold lines. With mold lines and with the connectors to the sprues. Which are kind of hard to get a hang of where you're supposed to, you know, cut it or scrape it. Also, like with these ridges, that's like impossible to get the mold lines off of. Alright, but that should be it. Okay, let's get to gluing. what does our manual say? Should do the body first, then the backpack, and the censure and the pistol holster, and then the arms and the one servo arm. Alright. Let's try to dry fit this first. Good enough. Backpack. Alright, fits. The censure thing actually goes. Where does it go? Should be a little. Oh, I see it. It goes right over there. And the pistol goes over here. Okay. Let's try to censure without the backpack as well. Okay. Well, on my chair, I have to be careful not to damage it. Hold on. There we go. At least it didn't fall on the ground. That happens to me with lots of parts, and it's hard to find it on the carpet. Alright. The arms and the servo arm. Servo arms goes on here to the backpack, so let's try that. Okay, it seems to be fine. And the arms. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Alright, I think it fits fine. See again how it. Yeah, I think everything fits fine, so let's put him together. I need to find a good glue. I think this is a new one, right? No, this is the old one. Ooh, okay. Where's the tape? At least it does work. Confirmed. At least we know it works. Okay. I don't have much space to put it. Let's put it over here. There we go. Okay. Let's do this. So body first. I think along here are good spots to glue it. The leg parts as well. So this is a thin glue. Be careful not to get glue on your fingers, because that's gonna make it harder to. For one, when it gets on your fingers, you can leave like skin flakes on the model, and that's gonna make it look bad, especially if you get a lot of skin flakes on it. Alright, so that's it. You generally need only a little amount of glue spread on a wide area. Right. Got some on my finger. If you get one on your finger but it's not connected to the model, that's fine. The glue is gonna just solidify after a few seconds. So after a few seconds, when it's not sticky anymore, you can just go back to working on the model. Okay, so now these parts. Should probably. Let's do the smaller parts first. Okay, I only need a tiny amount of glue here. It's outputting glue like crazy though. Okay, just touched it with it. Now, this is gonna be actually a bit hard. Really small part here. So it goes this way. Okay, can't really find the fit. Gonna have to press it. I'm pressing it with my fingernail just to not touch the glue as much as possible. Fingernails also don't leave really that many skin flakes, so it's a good idea to use your fingernail with small parts like these. Okay, should be fine now. Let's do the pistol holster with the ammunition. Just touch it with the glue because it's a really small part. And there it is. Okay. Ooh. Small parts are also easy to drop. There we go. Hmm. Okay, what next? The backpack. The servo skull. I'm just gonna use the glue on these 2 points at the back. Should be enough. Should used a little bit too much on that one. Okay. Like the 2 points. And hold for a few seconds. And there we go. Alright. And next, I'll do the arms first. Just dry fit it again for a little bit. They just like snap into place basically. Should just need a really tiny amount of glue. Maybe actually I will just put some glue when they're like this. Cause okay, let's try this. Just a tiny amount. There we go. And on the other side. There we go. Okay, should be fine. Alright, and the servo arm. Again, just a tiny amount of glue. There we go. And alright. Alright, that's it. And just put it on the base. I'm just trying to center it. So just keep it like that for a few seconds. Where's the there it is. Alright, and that is our Techpriest. Should be. Ooh, yeah, no, actually it doesn't. Hmm. Yeah, the base is a bit tricky. Right, I'm just gonna leave it like that for a while. It should bond, even though it's a bit porous on the surface, so that's why it's like the hardest part to glue on. Okay. So I actually cannot do a lot of the. I actually cannot do like 4 Skitarii. Mm, because we don't have the bases. Also some special weapons. Can I look them up? Let's see which are which. Let's tell you. Maybe on the side here. Up here, maybe? Huh, that is interesting. So you can only add the machine gun onto this weapon, it seems. Because I read that you can add an extra machine gun. Still do the stats here. So number 1. Yeah, that's the machine gun. Or maybe you can add it on all of them, because it, yeah. Because it says on these missiles as 2, so. Okay, that's the missile. Number 4 is, it's more like anti-infantry. This is the conversion beamer, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. It's, number 5 is what? Is that damage? 12 damage? Wow, okay, that's a lot. These autocannons and missiles. Yeah, let's see. Okay, here are the Skitarii war gear. So these are the ranger weapons, and these are the vanguard weapons. So the ranger weapons have 30 range, which is a lot. 2 shots. Wait, is this a blast weapon? So this is an assault. 3 is rapid fire. 8. Oh, it's heavy. Okay, so it's heavy. So this is the heavy mark. Interesting. So they are heavy weapons. That's interesting actually. So they have 2 shots, strength 4, AP -1, and the assault have 1 more shot, 1 less strength, and 1 less AP. So the only advantages is that they are assault, so you can move them and shoot them without having a penalty, unlike heavy weapons, unless they are carried by vehicle, of course. And 1 more shot. Okay, number 3. It's a rapid fire 1. I think that's rapid fire. 30 range. 6 shots. Oh, strength 6, AP -2. Number 4 is assault. Then there are pistols. Number 8 is this one. And how many of them can I have? Hold on, I'm gonna open the Codex Adeptus Mechanicus. And I have to scroll to Skitarii. It's elite, so I think, yeah, infantry, or sorry, troops. So Skitarii Rangers. 9. If this unit contains 9 or fewer models, So I think the big sniper weapon here, that's number 8, is the translucent arquebus, and it is a sniper rifle. It's a very strong sniper rifle. For every 10 models. Okay. If this unit contains 9 or fewer, that's not going to be the case. For every 10 models. Okay. So if I'm reading this correctly, which I think I am, you can have one special weapon, which I am gonna pick to be the big ass sniper rifle here. Because I want, because rangers, of course, since they have heavy weapons, you really don't want to move them. You just want to stick them somewhere and let them be there, because heavy weapons get penalties for hitting targets if you move them, and they have heavy weapons as their normal loadout. So sorry about that. So it's either 10 or 9 guys. I think it's 9 guys, and then the 10th guy is the leader, I think. Or sorry, 8 guys are gonna have the normal weapons. I'm gonna check if you can see what I'm pointing to. So 8 guys are gonna have the normal weapons. 1 guy is gonna have the heavy weapon here, and 1 guy is gonna be the leader, who's gonna have a melee weapon and a pistol. So that's what I have to choose. So I will probably give him a mace because I love maces, and I will probably give him the choice of pistols. I'm gonna check that because the leaders are different, so they might have a different choice of pistols. Skitarii Ranger Alpha, arc-maul, power sword, or taser gold. So we know we want a power maul or arc-maul. Sorry. Skitarii Ranger's galvanic rifle can be replaced with the following arc pistol, phosphorus pistol, and no. So he can also have all of them. So this is the arc pistol. I'm pretty sure the arc pistol model. I can actually confirm that. So it's number 5. That's 1 shot, strength 5, AP -2. Where do we have the pistols? Wait, our pistols are not here? Okay, the pistols are not here on the unit description. So let's go to war gear. It's called a arc pistol. Arc pistol. Yeah, so this is the arc pistol. This one. And that's we want something that has a lot of range and a lot of damage. So we have 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, 7. They all have 12 range. Okay, so the radium pistol is the most powerful one. Is it? Well, kind of. It has so the radium pistol has has a random number of shots, 1 to 3. Strength 5, which is same as the arc pistol, but 1 less armor piercing at -1, whereas the arc pistol has -2. But arc pistol only has 1 shot, as radium pistol has 1 to 3 shots per turn. So these pistols basically, and of course the melee weapons, are only gonna come into use when you get assaulted in melee. I could also have the option of just leaving him with the standard rifle, but I, I just feel that's kind of a waste. Well, it's not waste for a tactical sense; it's a completely valid choice. But I want to have my squad leader to have special equipment. So, um, hmm, I think I'm gonna equip him with the arc pistol just cause it has more AP, more punch. So if something's gonna assault you in melee, you can, use this to get maybe a bit more strong, bit more of a stronger shot in. No, the radium one is also not really that bad. Hmm. Okay, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's see, are you finally stable on your base? He does seem to be. So our Techpriest is done. I'm of course gonna post better quality photos and stuff like that on my DeviantArt, and I did try to join Instagram, but it's shit. And someone in the past, like years ago, has hacked my Instagram and taken over. I have basically purged him out of there, but Instagram is still refusing to give me my account back for some reason. It has like no support. So I'm just probably gonna find a different site because fuck Instagram. Okay, well, there we go. Let's see, what do we do next? I do want to do the Skitarii next. I only have 5 bases, but that should be fine for now. Okay, should I do the leader first? I think it's a good option. Okay, leader has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 parts. Um, Of course, giving him the rifle is always an option because tactically, if you're only gonna shoot, it's probably the best one because it's cheap and you're spending kind of a lot of unnecessary points. Or do you? Yeah, I think you do. But I don't see an option to give him normal war gear anywhere. Hmm. All right. So we're looking for part B50 and B51. Is it in this one? It doesn't seem so. Seems like these are the normal guys. So it's gonna be on the bigger one. The bigger sprue here. Oop. Okay. The numbers are on the other side. B50 and B51. Right? Yeah. Okay, here it is. B51 and B50. Okay. Let's get our clippers. Let's see, I don't want to be cutting into important. Also have to be kind of careful on what you touch on these sprues. Because if you like press onto a small part, you can, you know, break it. Let's do it like this. If you have, if you feel like, if you don't feel comfortable cutting too close to the sprue, you can also cut it somewhere on the outer part. Okay, there we go. That's the back side. And here's the front part, the main body. Doesn't really have that amount of difference from what I can see, but I'm sure when I get to painting them, it's gonna be pretty obvious. Right. Then I want the power maul, because I love maces, so that's why I'm picking that one. Kind of a no-brainer for me. But when I buy a different squad, I'm probably gonna give them different weapon in the future. I'm not gonna magnetize infantry, so he's just gonna have that weapon forever. All right, it's the mace. The radium pistol actually does seem like that. I'm gonna check how they are points wise. So an arc pistol. Oh, wait, it doesn't say. Where are the points? Oh, here it is. Is it? Yeah, I think so. Unit cost. Skitarii Rangers. Arc-maul is 5 points. Let's see what the other power sword is. Oh, it's just a power sword, huh? And yeah, all the melee weapons are 5 points. The arc pistol is 5 points. And the, what was it? Radium. Or was it phosphorus blast pistol? Hold on. Arc pistol, arc rifle. Phosphor blast pistol. I think it was phosphor blast pistol, right? Taser goat. Okay, yeah. So they are both the same amount of points. So I'm just gonna go for the radium one. I think it's better, just because it also has AP -1. Arc pistol has -2, but this one has 1 to 3 shots. So I think it's just better. Okay, what was it over here? It's the radium pistol. Let's get back to camera. So yeah. I do like the arc pistol more, but I'm gonna put it on a different model. I think that when I get it, when I get another option, I'm gonna put that one on. Right, so that's the 2 arms. Then the head. It's either B119 or B120. Oh, and the backpack. Oh, backpack. Okay, so there's a separate backpack. B58. 72, 73. Oh, I also should check because it did say they also have special war gear options, but it doesn't concern the leader here, so that should be fine. So you can equip for every 10 models enhanced data feather omni specs, and that model needs to have the galvanic rifle. Okay, so either enhanced data feather or omni specs. What do they do? Enhanced data feather. They gain the data feather keyword, and they gain 1 leadership for every unit. and that puts them to leadership 8. Okay, that's pretty okay, general option. And the Omni specs. Oh, each time a model in the better unit makes it each time a model. The target does not receive benefits of light cover. Hmm. So it just eliminates light cover for all enemy units you shoot? What did light cover do? Hold on. I'm gonna check that out. Okay, where's my rule book? Not here, it seems. Oh, it is. Is it this? Hold on. Which edition is this? I think this is the wrong edition. Does it even say? Printed in China, of course. I think this is definitely the wrong edition. Yeah, this still has this still has vehicle armor values. So this is like what, edition 6 or 7? I think in edition 8 they done away with the armor values. So this is either one of those. Hold on, I can't put it back. Hello? It's too big. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. So where's my room? Maybe it's in the carry case. Let's see. Yep, found it. All right. Let's search for light cover. I think I do remember what it was, but I want to be sure. Rule terms, light cover. ABCD, EFGH, HIEK, LMNO. It's not here. I need to find it. Okay, where are cover rules? Or sorry, terrain rules? Terrain rules. Missions. I think it's before missions. Okay. Following terrain categories. Okay. Terrain traits. Here we go. Defense line, defensible, breachable, difficult ground, distance cover, light cover. Okay. So it doesn't. It's a +1 to save. So they don't get that. That's not bad. That's honestly not bad. I think it's better actually than the +1 to leadership. Although leadership got buffed or nerfed depending on your point of view. So having stronger leadership also is not bad. Well, it's a pretty small unit, so okay, let's see. How much does it cost though? Omnispec is +5 points, and Data Tether is also 5 points. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Omnispecs. So we got that. And now the backpack and the head. And the backpack was the 8th. Now it's gonna be on here, right? The 6th. The 8th, here it is. Okay. Let's clip these out. Or let's clip this out, I guess. Either 119 or 120. Look any different. 20 is here. 19 is here. It's this one, right? Yeah. I think I'll prefer the one with the cape. Let's check if what's like the main difference between his head and the other heads. The other one. Yeah, here are the heads. Yeah. Bit of different. And it's not really. There's not really any like distinguishing feature that would like make you think he's the squad leader. The head is different, so that's a thing, but alright, well, it's 119, yeah, it's this one. There we go. So that's it. For the body. I didn't remove the mold lines yet, so it might not fit perfectly. The body. Oh, we are missing the legs. Okay. B49. Okay, these ones. Okay. That should, well, it should be at this time. Okay, let's get to cleaning. I'm gonna also pick the base. Smaller than the Techpriest, as you can see. Hopefully he will fit. These bases aren't really used anymore that much, actually. Games Workshop mostly fits. I'll switch to the bigger bases, even for the smallest infantry. I think. At least that's the case with Necrons and Space Marines. But alright, let's get to cleaning these up. Big mold line. There's usually big mold lines on the legs. It's worst when it's between just like spikes and stuff like that. It's like impossible to clean with anything. So you just gotta have the mold lines be in that case. And also between the legs. Yeah. At least, unless there's like a technique I'm not aware of, but it's probably just, yeah. Okay, that should be fine. I think it does fit, yeah. It does actually fit on the base. Okay. One part cleaned. Backpack. Also, lots of really easily breakable bits, so the easiest to clean. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to leave the mold lines be on this one. Clean them up a tiny bit, though, so. Okay. I feel like the really small infantry models are the sometimes the lot of mold lines and stuff like that. And it's probably just because they're like a dime a dozen, right? So there's not really that much care put into them. Like the Techpriest had a lot less problems with the Techpriest. But hopefully it's gonna work anyway. Just like stuff in these arms that's really hard to clean. Okay, hopefully it's good enough. I'm gonna dry fit it later just to be sure. Should I drill? I don't know if I have a drill this small. Let's check. Not real tiny enough to do this really small gun barrel. These are specifically made for models by Army Painter, which is a really good company. Does it cheaper than Games Workshop, which is kind of obvious because Games Workshop makes everything super expensive for some reason. Maybe just because, you know, it's the brand. You already buy the models with them so they can afford it, I think. But if you're serious about this, you should really consider checking out third parties. Okay, how do I open this? Oh, okay. It stops here? So, I think, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so this is the tiniest one. Let's see. Yeah, see how small it is? Even the tiniest one. I think it's just as big as the smallest drill bit. So yeah, I don't think. Maybe I'll just do like a small indentation, and just like just so it like suggests a gun barrel. Also, mold line on the gun barrel, just typical, because gun barrels usually are where in the middle of the gun, so usually where the mold lines would be. They are usually on the topmost and the bottommost part of the model part. See, this should be able to hold it. I'm going to switch to the other side of the drill though. I believe this is the Games Workshop one actually. I'm not 100% sure though. Yeah, this one should be able to hold it. I'm gonna screw it on a little bit, and then the drill, and then screw it the rest of the way. I want to break it. It's so small. Okay, maybe a little bit more. There we go. And let's see. Be super precise with this. It's so small. Alright. I just did like a little bit of a dip of a. Oh. Just a little bit, just to suggest. Although, hold on, maybe. Get rid of this. Yeah, just like suggest a gun barrel, because I'm pretty sure like the drill is about as wide as the model base is, or as the gun barrel is. So you can't really drill all the way through with this one. Okay, let's clean the other ones. Be a bit careful when it's reached, because you don't want to remove the details, but you also want to reduce the mold lines a little bit at least. Sprue connection here. Sprue remain. Should be fine. Last part. Wait, let's try to drive at this. So we got the body. Maybe a little bit. Okay. Let's try the arms. That's like the bit I'm most iffy about. So there was a lot of weird stuff on the arm connections. This model. Yeah, I don't think it's really fitting well. I have to scrape it more. It's a bit better, but still. Because the sprue was connected in the arm slots, and it's making it really weird here. Okay. I think this should be fine. Hmm. think it's gonna be good enough. Alright. I think it's good enough. Let's try the legs. Legs are good. Head should be good. And yeah. Alright, let's get to completing it. So first we glue the two body parts. I was afraid it was gonna be stuck, but it's not. A little bit and a little bit. Alright. Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna go legs to the base first. It's in the same step, so should be fine. Okay, nicely centered. Go. Backpack. Don't wanna touch the glued parts. Okay, now nice and a good position here with the torso, so it's not like crooked or anything. There we go. Alright. Now glue it to the legs. Alright. Actually only allows you to glue it at a certain angle, which is interesting. Probably he's like this. Well, you can't really see it. He's like one arm outstretched like that, so that's probably why. Okay. Let's do the arms. This is gonna be the hardest bit probably. So first off, the melee weapon. Okay, raz, dwa, trzy. Okay, raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć, siedem, osiem, dziewięć, dziesięć. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, doesn't fit at all. And I have to use these files. The arm as well. Where is it? I put it. Here it is. Let's try it like that. Hopefully it works now. Yay. See? Files are kind of magical, honestly. I don't know if it's a strong fit, so I don't want to necessarily nudge it or anything. So let's just let it bond if it again. I'm thinking of pre-filing this one before even trying to glue it. Okay. Let's try it. It's a lot of glue. Not too much, but a little bit above than what I would like. Problems. Oh, like that? Just pointing straight up? Okay, that seems to work. Yeah. Alright, and lastly the head. So I probably want him looking the way he's pointing with the weapon, so let's do that. Just a tiny bit of glue on the head. And yep. Well, there we go. And now let's try the arm again. Just pointing straight up, was it? Yeah. 7, 8, 9. Alright, and there we go. That's our Skitarii Ranger leader. I'm not sure what they're called actually. Alpha, yeah. Alright. So, that's the models. Alright, what time is it? 4:30. I'm thinking I will split this off into series in on Twitch, but I will release one long video on YouTube when all this is done. I'm sorry for only making 2 models, but as I said, I don't really want to overextend my capabilities. So, thank you for watching. On YouTube, obviously, I will not upload this yet. I will then edit it to be a 1 video. So when all of this is done, maybe. Actually, maybe I'll split it up into units. So like I do the Skitaries in 1 video, Techpriest in 1 video, the Dune Walker in 1 video. But I'll see how it pans out when it's So thank you for watching. I will see you next time.